And we are freaking live. Hey guys, welcome to the Superhero Cut Show, where we talk about things Marvel, DC, and Star Wars. It's your boy Stevie Hayes, joined by Comic Cuts, aka Jerry. My brother, how are you doing? How are you doing, my man?
I'm doing well, bro. I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing good, bro. Doing good. Great day. Great day. Um, the TV shows aren't doing too bad. I'm actually not angry. We're gonna talk about that later on in the show. Um, we got a 65-inch TV the other day, so I'm pretty happy about that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
What
dude.
what TV you get?
Huh?
What kind of TV?
It's a TCL, I think.
Okay, nice,
Yeah, bro.
nice.
So yeah, because we got a new couch, but the TV we had was too small. So we went and got something larger. So we've been watching just movies on that. So bro, I'm happy, bro. I'm in a great mood.
65
And
is a great size. That's
bro,
what I have.
right,
Yeah,
right.
it's perfect.
And on our docket today, there's nothing really that's going to get us fired up. So I'm in a great mood, honestly, bro. This is gonna be a good. This gonna be a good time. Don't think that might get me mad is Ray, but that's about it. Anyways, so let's get into what has happened today because today was a very surprising day because we got the Thunderbolts trailer. And obviously, this was the trailer that was shown at Comic-Con, but we never got to see the actual 4K version of it. And that version got released today. So I'm going to just give a quick summary of what the trailer was. And then, Jerry, I want to hear your thoughts on it. All right. So the trailer starts with Yelena knocking on Red Guardian's door. Now, she calls Red Guardian her dad because he took care of her when they were kids. So they have a super deep relationship. And the good thing is that it looks like he has lost weight and that he is back in shape. Because one of the things that really annoyed me, I was like, I do not want to see another fat Red Guardian, bro. Like he looked
Yeah,
terrible in that small behind costume. So I'm happy that he looks back in shape. And Yelena talked about how she feels in emptiness and that she's kind of like drifting away and that she's throwing herself into work. And then we got a super cool hallway sequence with Yelena, and then Jerry, I know you caught this. Did you see how after the hallway sequence she shot those dudes in the face?
yeah.
Like
That was savage.
super savage. And then she walks into this like boiler room, and in this room she ends up colliding with U.S. Agent, Ghost, and Taskmaster. And let me just say, U.S. Agent's costume looks freaking awesome. I'm so hyped to see Wyatt back. And during their fight, we see a guy jump out of a little like box and his sentry. And we then find out that U.S. Agent has been doing shadow ops, which is I can't wait to see that in freaking live. I can't wait to see that, Jerry. I'm so excited. Yelena has been, breaking into labs and high class government facilities, and Ghost is an assassin. Apparently, Ghost now has a bow and arrow, which I'm also very interested to see how that works. And we then see Bucky at some type of like ball, and we end up seeing Loki's scepter in this like glass box, and we also see Val. And we also see Sentry get shot at, and obviously like he's not getting hit because he's invincible. And we see Bucky stop an army truck with his arm, and we see Sentry's belt. And then basically the end of the trailer was the Thunderbolts. They were at the old Avengers Tower, and it is official. Val bought the Avengers Tower. So that's kind of where the trailer ends. And so, Jerry, how do you feel about the Thunderbolts trailer? And also I want to name one last thing is that yeah, bro, I am really excited. I'm so hyped about this. And the very last thing is that you and I were talking about how it would have been very foolish for them to not release Thunderbolts after Captain America 4, and that is happening. So Fantastic Four was supposed to be dropping in May. It got moved, I think like November. And so now we are getting Captain America in February and Thunderbolts in May. So how do you feel about all that?
So my favorite part of the trailer was when Bucky used that like disc gun because he did that in Winter Soldier when
Yeah,
he
that
had
was hard.
the mask. Yeah, that was hard. No, you know what? I'm not even gonna say it
Pause.
because we know there's a bunch of snowflakes and why give them anything to complain about? They'll find something, but whatever. Anyway, I like the trailer. I think it looks good. There's a couple cause and effect things that I didn't like that have nothing to do with the trailer itself, and I'm going to get into that. but the trailer looks good. Like, this looks like a thriller. It doesn't really look like a comedy. And one of the things I'm going to get into is, like, a lot of people are saying, I'm just going to call it out now. Oh, this is, like the new Guardians of the Galaxy or Marvel version of Suicide Squad. It's neither. It's Thunderbolts. You don't need a one-to-one. Like, you don't need to attempt to have a one-to-one label on every single thing you haven't seen yet. Let the art come out and speak for itself. Stop putting things into boxes because you're so desperate to find a label. It's cringe, it's corny, and all it does is make things worse. Because it impacted discourse, and it's just stupid. And, like, there's no excuse for stupidity. The other thing I don't like is people pretending Sentry's a big deal. Listen, Sentry might be a big part of the plot in this movie. Sentry is not a big deal character. He's not going to be a big deal character in the MCU. I can guarantee you that. Adam Warlock wasn't made into a big deal character. There's no way Sentry's going to be, okay? And if someone is telling you that Sentry is a big deal in the comics, do not trust another word they say, because that person is a fraud and a poser. And this movie is not a comedy. It's not like Guardians of the Galaxy. It is not like, what's the other one? The Suicide Squad. Just because there's a team doesn't mean it's funny, and it doesn't mean it has anything like the other team movies that we've seen. You know what else is a team movie? Avengers. But I also don't think this is like Avengers. I think it's its own thing.
Yeah, it's different.
It's different, and there's a lot of guns action in it. Hence the bullet asterisk that kind of looks like a Walmart logo. I guess I did just kind of put a label on it, but that one's kind of all right.
Yeah, Feige, he said it first. Feige said it first.
Yeah, Feige said it first. But I like guns. I think guns are cool. Okay, and I like seeing guns in my movies. That doesn't make me a bad person. And I know chances are, if you're watching this, no matter what side of the political spectrum are, you think guns in movies are cool too. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. Let's call a spade a spade. All right. And I think that we need more guns in comic book movies, because it's very rare that you find an opportunity to utilize guns in comic book movies, because most of the big characters have no gun rules. That's not the case with the Thunderbolts, especially with guys like Bucky. So that's awesome. It's going to bring a new flavor of action that we don't really get to see in the MCU. So I'm excited for that. I think it looks like a thriller. It looks like a thriller, and it's a new team that comes together in this thriller. I think there's going to be a lot of moving parts in this plot. I don't think it's going to be like the Marvel formula. Obviously, there's going to be a plot piece around Sentry. There's going to be maybe a plot piece around Val and what her role is, and if she really is an ally to the team. And hopefully they'll dive into how she bought Avengers Tower, but I wouldn't be surprised if that's just a subtle drop and they call it a day.
Do you like Val?
I don't really feel like I know her yet. We've seen
she's very interesting, huh?
Yeah, she's an interesting character for sure. Wasn't
she in Seinfeld, the actress?
Yes, I'm a big Seinfeld fan. And by the way, Jerry Seinfeld has been cooking lately. Guy is the man. By the way, it was Jerry Seinfeld who I went to see when I sat next to Rose Byrne, Steve Nash. Yeah, and Bobby, I think Cavatelli is his name. He was the cop. He's the cop from Ant-Man.
Yeah. I definitely remember that. You told me that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm glad you like it though.
Yeah, I think it looks dope.
Yeah,
for sure.
So I am pretty excited. I am pretty hyped about this trailer. So I think that the Thunderbolts trailer is dope, and I'm happy that, as I said, that they moved it up to come out before Brave New World. I just think that that's smart. Getting 2 non-multiverse films, I think it is going to be a breath of fresh air for fans, and and they're also using characters that we know and love. Because the main thing that you and I talked about, was that we didn't like how so many characters were left in these open-ended stories, right? It's kind of like a a U.S. agent, excuse me, and Ghost and all of these other characters. So a project like Thunderbolts can bring all of these guys together to give them a story that has purpose. Now, I do wish, and this might sound crazy, Daredevil and Hawkeye would fit perfectly into a film like this, bro. Like, I wish that we could have seen them like pop up or something, bro. It's just like when I was watching this, I was like, yo, Daredevil would kill in this film. But I am very excited to see this film. And the funny thing is, bro, I don't know who the main villain is at all. I mean, I don't know who it is, and you and I both know because we've seen films long enough. Sentry is definitely not the main bad guy in this film. I would argue that they put Sentry in here to kind of maybe raise the stakes and to raise the power level of the movie because of the fact that all of these heroes are pretty much Earth based or like they don't have like a super crazy power other than Ghost. So I think it is going to be very interesting how powerful they are going to make Sentry because Marvel is very known for nerfing powerful like characters. So I do wonder how that is going to work. But I don't think Sentry is the main bad guy. There is definitely another force that is, at work behind this.
By the way, another dumb thing going around on the internet. Sentry is Marvel's version of Superman. First of all, you guys say that about any Marvel character that could fly and has muscle to them is Superman to you people. It's insane. Okay. And I'm not really talking to people that watching this. I'm talking to the clowns on X that are the corniest people I've ever seen in my life. I'm specifically thinking about the guy that's 40 and flexes about his scoops. But anyway, maybe I'll drop his name soon because he's a clown.
Jerry, bro, you're toxic today.
Yeah.
The mood.
Yeah. And Sentry is not Superman.
Yeah.
He's nothing like Superman. He is a conflicted character that is very powerful. He has a drug problem. So because of that, he has a dark side, which Marvel will likely nerf because they want to sell to kids, which is understandable. I don't like when they nerf everything, but I really don't care if they nerf Sentry. Yeah, like
I mean, Sentry, like the thing. All right, like people be gassing it too much. Bro.
Sentry had one. Like literally, he's got 1, 3, 4 issue comic arc on a new Avengers run that went for like 70 issues. And that's how I know that when people are like, oh, Sentry's a big deal. He's a big Marvel character. Like, okay, you obviously don't read Marvel comics because if you did, you would know it's very rare you see Sentry literally anywhere. Like he's never around. And it's just, you have people like that who are like trying to call other people frauds. It's like, it's crazy.
Yeah. All right. Let's get some chats in here. Really, what about Thor? He was fat in Endgame. I really didn't like Thor being fat in Endgame, but I just let that slide because he was like, it just wasn't. It wasn't a hill that was worth dying on for me, to be honest. But
what?
I would have liked Thor to go back to size. Go ahead.
Fat Thor is not the worst Thor, okay? There are 2 versions of Thor that are worse than Fat Thor: Ragnarok and Love and
Ragnarok
Thunder.
Is not worse, bro. Stop it, bro.
Yes, it was.
Ragnarok was dope, bro. Ragnarok was dope.
For Fat Thor is better than Ragnarok Thor. I will thrive on that.
The only way I would agree is because he had both hammers. That's the only way I would agree. Both hammers is always fire.
And he was funny, but
Fat
like
Thor
in a cool way, not like.
But I will say though, like I did want him to go back to size, but I'm pretty sure they wanted him to go back to size, but Chris Hemsworth wanted to stay fat.
By the way, if
I love Chris Hemsworth, bro.
If we were doing this in 2009, 2010, whenever it was, I guarantee you there would have been people that said, "Oh, Thor is Marvel's version of Superman."
Oh, 100%.
100% people that
they were probably saying that because he had a red cape.
yeah, and he's jacked. So like,
right?
Know,
you seem really excited. Yeah, bro, I am very excited. Are you sure? I'm not sure, but I think one of my sources said Mephisto bought of Avengers Tower. So Mephisto is apparently going to be in Ironheart, and they are pointing to him in Agatha. I have no idea about Thunderbolts at all. Honestly, bro, with the Thunderbolts, and Jerry and I monitor these rumors all day. Jerry, have you seen anything? I've barely seen anything with like
First of all,
this
I don't
film
buy
as
any
being rumored.
Mephisto rumor because there's been so many Mephisto
Yeah,
rumors
that's what I'm saying,
that,
bro.
like,
I don't really see a
until
lot.
I see him, I don't buy into it.
Yeah,
And
but have you seen any
Agatha,
though?
more like Gagatha. I've been waiting all week to say that.
No, but you haven't seen any rumors on that, right? Because I haven't.
I think I may have seen that he's supposed to be an Iron Heart, but
Yeah,
like,
no, but nothing about him buying the Avengers Tower. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Maybe that
by
could
the
have
way,
been an old plot that they were going with, but it's definitely Val now for sure.
in like modern comics, you also don't really see Mephisto that much. But the difference is there are iconic and like very consequential stories that involve Mephisto and his actions.
100%.
Sentry doesn't have that. Sentry does not have that. Like Mephisto. So my favorite Spider-Man run of all time, for example, which is by this guy J. Michael Straczynski, and it went from the early 2000s to the late 2000s. The guy was on Amazing Spider-Man for super long, and at the end of his run, I make sure I might have some of the details wrong because it's been a long time, but basically, Aunt May was really, really sick, and something was going on with MJ, and Spider-Man makes the deal with Mephisto to save Aunt May. And I forget the exact deal, but long story short, to save Aunt May and MJ or some variation of that, he sold out to Mephisto. And he had to lose his relationship with MJ, which he did. And May, I think, was saved, but he lost his relationship with MJ, and Aunt May didn't know he was Spider-Man anymore. So obviously some of the ending of No Way Home was inspired by that. And it was very consequential because, and this is why I always say a lot of people don't understand Spider-Man, even though they read a lot of comics, because a lot of comic heads, since that happened, have complained that Amazing Spider-Man, a lot of them will say this, I swear to God, they say Amazing Spider-Man has never been good since One Bad Day, One More Day, whichever it was called. One came after the other. And, you know, I always say, if you don't understand that Peter isn't supposed to be happy and he's not supposed to balance the deal, you don't understand Spider-Man. And you don't even need to read a Spider-Man comic to understand that. It's all in all the movies. No Way Home was all about that. So, you know, but it was very consequential. Like, people literally hate on Spider-Man comics since that moment. So you might not see Mephisto a lot in modern comics, but he is a large impact whenever he's around.
And that's facts, bro. Peter never wins, bro. And a lot of fans don't get that. You're right.
All right. Spider-Man wins, but Peter pays the price.
Exactly. All right, let's see what this is. I've seen the trailer 8 times. It's amazing. We see these characters who don't know each other working together. The team, bro. Those are always the best stories, bro. Always. At Superhero Cuts, what's your thoughts? Oh, we will get to that next topic. I have 2 theories. 1, Bucky and Yelena will have a romantic relationship, and 2, Ava, aka Ghost, will have an attitude towards the team and won't get along with them. So yeah, so I heard that rumor that that Bucky and Yelena will have a little relationship. Hey man, do it. I don't care. I mean, it would be awesome. Honestly,
it would be nice for there to be some like romance and love story in the MCU. We never get that. They are like so shy. We haven't really seen it. The only time I feel like we've seen it are actually we've seen it a couple more times. People always say that, but we've seen Peter and MJ, we've seen Tony and Pepper, we've seen Steve and Peggy, we've seen Doctor Strange and Rachel McAdams, whatever her character's name is. And Star-Lord and why am I blanking on Zoe Saldana's Gamora? Yeah. So you know what? I'm going to start calling that claim out. We actually have seen a lot more romance. They just don't show kissing, which I think is what people might complain about. Listen, I'm not watching Marvel movies to see kisses, okay?
I just went live on the Superhero Cuts TikTok. So if you want to join us on TikTok, join there where you can hear us talk as well. So today we are everywhere. But we have so many people joining right now. Oh my goodness. All right. Hunter Iggy, Superhero Cuts. These people who don't read comments are the same people who wants the Snyder Justice League.
Exactly. And by the way, I saw it because I went to check that kid who always likes to glaze Sentry. Now I sound like I'm 22, but and he said what a downgrade from Zack Snyder to James Gunn. Another confirmation you don't read comics, because if you read comics, you would have been disappointed by the Snyderverse. Like anyone
100%.
who reads comics, because it was a betrayal of the comics.
100%. All right, let's see. I'm sorry, Jerry. Just because some heroes can't fly doesn't mean they're like Superman. Sentry is actually like Marvel's versions of Superman because he has the power of 1,000 suns.
Well, you could say that about Hyperion. You could say that about Captain Marvel, Marvel, the male version. So you could really say that about a lot of characters. And then when you get into personality, you're screwed, because there will never be a Superman story where Superman's a drug addict.
Yeah. I think that also the Superman comparisons take away from the creativity that the writers try to make, because Marvel is one of my favorite characters of all time, right? And yes, Marvel has similar powers, but his origin story is nothing like Superman's. And I think that's what makes it cool, is that like you have super powerful men that come from different planets, which is going to be a thing, but it's different powers, different stories, different family setups and everything. I think another thing why Jerry gets so mad about people, trying to put labels on stuff is that it sometimes can take away from the creative, aspect that a lot of these writers are trying to do.
Especially when it's in its like infancy. This movie isn't out yet, and like obviously the MCU Sentry might be a little bit different than the comics. That happens sometimes, and it happened more so with the characters who are lesser known, like Sentry. But like he's not like Superman. And most of there's very few exceptions, and I'll get to the one big one, but most of the big characters you just don't see Marvel and DC knock off. The creators were smart enough to understand that Superman is too iconic of a character to copy. Like if you were to copy Superman, everyone would look at it like the Superman knockoff. The one big exception that I actually think they did a good job with is Daredevil being inspired by Batman, but not a knockoff. And obviously 100%. There's a lot of differences there. Like if you other than the fact that the stories have the same like gritty feel to them, and the characters, or the way they're conflicted is kind of similar, nothing else is.
Yeah. Gagatha, yeah, he's been holding on to that one. Yeah. He's holding on to that one.
Yeah, I will never not call it Gagatha. Literally
that's
never.
Fine. That's fine with me.
Yeah.
I might make that the freaking thumbnail now. To be honest, for our next one, Gagatha strikes again. Let me stop.
Oh man, we're gonna get a lot of snowflakes. Bring it on.
You guys may think I'm crazy, but I've always considered the Hulk to be Marvel's version of Superman.
That is crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. I never thought of it that way. Yeah, I never thought of that one, bro. Yeah. That's a wild one, dude. He's more of like Garundi or something, or like Bizarro. I don't know. Because like the Hulk is a mindless character, bro. He doesn't have a brain, bro. Like I'm not really gonna roll with that.
The Hulk is cool when you're like 6 years old, and then you grow up, and then Mark Ruffalo plays him
when you're 6 years old. Bro, that was funny when you're 6. Bro, Ruffalo and Avengers 1, Ruffalo was fire. I ain't gonna hold you. And then it just went down after that.
Oh, yeah. You know what? They should recast.
I think they honestly, bro, if they do, they should go for a scarier guy. You know what I'm saying? Like someone that's like really like you can really see the freaking dark side inside of them. Like somebody crazy. I mean, that like a mad
make a fool of himself online every single day.
He's pretty annoying. I'm sorry, Jerry. I was just giving it, bro. Whoa, Dragon Trainer, bro. You don't have to apologize, bro.
Yeah, bro.
We're
You're
just
good with
having
us.
we're having fun banter and conversation,
Yeah.
bro. We don't take anything personal on this show. We're here to have fun. I think the best Superman knockoff is All Night from My Hero Academia. Yeah, I've never seen that. I don't really watch anime. And it's funny, Jerry and I really just talked about that the other day. We don't watch anime. The only thing I watched like 100 episodes of One Piece, but that was because I watched the live action show and I loved it. So
If they
now that
made
they
a
have the
Metal
live
Gear,
action show, I'm not gonna watch I'm not gonna watch the One Piece anime no more because they got the live action, which puts all the episodes into like 8. I'm good.
if they downgrade the Metal Gear movie to an anime, I will be an anime fan and binge that, and then I'll never watch anime again.
That will be fire.
People have said,
bro, MGS and anime will be hard.
Yeah, well, you know, it is a Japanese creation. The creator is Japanese, like, he's a video game auteur. That's what he is.
That's very possible.
You know what an auteur is?
No.
So an auteur is when you think of a director like Christopher Nolan, that if you didn't know the movie, like if you went to watch a Christopher Nolan movie and you didn't know it was his movie, you would know it was his based on his style.
His style. Okay.
That's someone whose style like is well known and defines them as a filmmaker.
Okay.
And by the way, the reason I never use the word film is because the most pretentious people who watch movies, they all try to make themselves sound more serious, and they're like, "Oh, the film." Bro, movies have been digital for over 10 years. Call it a damn movie and stop being pretentious. It is so annoying.
You and I alone also watch way more movies than people that say they watch film. So
yeah,
like we watch way more movies.
Oh, the film. This is a good film. Okay, bro. If you were confident in what you were saying being good enough, you wouldn't be using the word film. You'd say movie like a normal damn person.
Bro. Yo, Jerry, bro, you wilding today, bro. Oh my god.
Yeah.
All right, superhero, because these Steiner bros, they're going to say whoever becomes Jon Stewart in the DCU can be Zack Snyder's version. Bro, that dude had one scene that wasn't even official, bro. We're not going there. Screw those people. Goku and All Might are the best Superman inspired characters. Goku definitely has Superman in him, bro.
I heard recently that Goku was actually inspired by Wukong, the like monkey guy from this new video game that everyone.
I can see that too. Honestly, bro.
It's not like a claim. It's 100% true. He was.
I know. I'm saying like I can see Goku being a mix of both, because Goku's that Superman type where he's always down to save people. He's always going to see like the great in people, but also like he jokes around too much, but he's like dumb strong. Like, bro. So there's this scene, right? So Goku's fighting in this tournament, and basically he's destroying everyone, and he's fighting this guy, and this guy is super tired. And then Goku's like, "Oh, guys, 1 second," and he takes off his armor. And all of his armor is tons and tons of pounds. Basically playing the guy. But basically, he had on weights the whole time he was like fighting. And the guy thought that he was cooking Goku. But the reason was because Goku had tons and tons of pounds. So when he took off the armor, the dude was like, "I'm cooked." Like bro. Like Goku's he's that kind of guy, bro. He's awesome.
Yeah.
I love Goku.
You know, I thought Dragon Ball Z, first of all, I feel like I've missed the boat. I feel like if I got into, and I said this to Stevie the other day, and he was like, "Nah, adults still watch anime." Yes, but I think they got into anime as a kid, 100%. Whereas like they grew up with it, so they have a different appreciation for it. Whereas like if I'm an adult and I got into anime today, I don't think I could ever have that appreciation. But I did start watching the Terminator one on Netflix.
How you like it?
Pretty good. It's actually really good.
Yeah, I'm watching Squid Games because Jerry's the one that told me to. Now I'm freaking addicted, dude.
I told you, bro.
Yeah, dude. I can't stop now. I was watching one earlier today, an episode.
Bro, foreign shows don't mess around. That Fauda, which is about the Israeli counterintelligence squad. They cook.
Yeah.
And then Money Heist, which is also incredible.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Hulk's brain is the size of a peanut. Exactly, bro. He's an idiot. If you were to join a Marvel team, who would it be? The Avengers, obviously,
Yeah.
or the X-Men. Actually, no, because the X-Men always lose. I'm good.
And you would have to be a mutant, and you would always be up against yourselves.
Yeah, that's a lot of
So
work. That's a lot of work. I'd rather be an Avenger.
100%,
Yeah, the
bro.
Avengers way more cool. You get way more clout. Like you get
Yeah.
to move to a mansion. Yeah. I've been saying they should replace Ruffalo. He's just not working because of the direction they were going in. If he at least looked a minute, exactly, bro. He doesn't look crazy enough, bro. How does Harrison Ford look more like a Hawk than freaking Mark, bro? Just saying.
Bro, it's insane. I guarantee you that the cast is just like embarrassed to work with Mark Ruffalo. I know I would be.
100%. If you could resemble your own superhero team, who would it be?
Thank you, Chigs. Appreciate you.
Chigs, bro. Good looks, my dog. If you could resemble your own superhero team, who would it be? The Avengers, obviously. Come on, man. Yeah, Goku was inspired by, or the JL. I will be in the JL before I would be in the Avengers, only because I want to be in that friggin' tower in space. Come on now. Nothing beats that view. Nothing beats that view. Or I will be a Green Lantern so I could go to Oa. That's another thing I would do.
Yeah. Or the Fantastic Four, because then you'd actually be rich. Like the other ones, you're around someone who's rich. Maybe you get to be like someone like that's kind of like Tony Stark. But if you're part of the Fantastic Four, you're part of the family, you're living in the Baxter building, you're loaded, and you're with Reed, who's the smartest person on the planet. So, like,
that is true.
Yeah.
Yeah, Goku is
you're with Johnny, who's going to bring all the girls around.
Right? Yeah, Goku is inspired by Wukong, but he's 100% inspired off of Superman, despite Toriyama never said it yet. All right. I'm pretty sure the creator of Dragon Ball Z passed away too. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah, I
recently,
saw that.
man. R.I.P., bro. I wouldn't say that. There's a lot of people that are getting into anime because of the shorter season animes, like Attack on Titan. Yeah, bro. But one of our friends ranted about Juju Kaisen or whatever. Like they said it was amazing. Demon Slayer. Yeah, I heard those are great ones. I think those are on Netflix too. And then Chigs with the super chat. Thank you, bro. If Mark Ruffalo was at least made to look menacing, it would still have the feeling of Hawk being cool, even if the story isn't the best. It's why some people look at Norton's Hawk like, yeah, bro. Like I really loved Professor Hawk, but that kind of destroyed Mark Ruffalo's Hawk.
The other thing too, like when the Edward Norton Hulk movie came out, like a lot of you guys might be too young to remember, but Edward Norton was one of the hottest actors in the game. Like so many of my favorite movies growing up were Edward Norton's movies. And if you haven't watched his movies, you are sleeping. You're mute.
So I was talking to the TikTok, so you can get some comments.
And Mark Ruffalo has never been a hot actor. He's done like 2 chick flicks and somehow landed in the Avengers. It's great.
It isn't like he's RDJ or someone like that.
Yeah.
Superhero Cuts. Can you hear it now? Okay. We are going to talk about Green. You guys want it, so we're going to talk about it, okay? All right, Green Lantern. Okay, so let's just give you some context, and then my boy Jerry is gonna go in, and then I'll give some sense in there. So we have news that Kyle Chandler is reportedly in talks to star as Hal Jordan in the Green Lantern series. Also, another part of this thing is this offer reportedly does not have a movie component in this deal. So if you don't know who Kyle Chandler is, excuse me, he has been in some shows before. A really popular show he was in was called Bloodline. Only know that because my mom binged that show.
Well, my parents like that show.
Yeah, so that's the only reason why I know he was in that. So that's where he's really popular from, but he is in his mid to late 50s. So Jerry, how do you feel about this Kyle guy? Would love to get your 2 cents on the whole.
So he's also been in 2 movies that I love, and
let me hear it.
Feel like I have personal connections to both, which I shouldn't have said because I'm not going to get into how or why, but whatever. Anyway, he was in The Wolf of Wall Street. He was like
in Wolf. Forgot about that. He was
the Fed that Leo threw the hundreds and was like,
yeah, dude, I forgot about that.
Yeah, and he was in Zero Dark 30, which
really
one of the greatest movies of all time. You know, if you don't know Zero Dark 30, that is the movie based on the mission where American Navy SEALs raided Bin Laden's compound
Yep.
and took him out.
That
And
was a
it
big
is
movie, man.
bad A. Yeah. Oh man. I love counterterrorist stuff and I love military. That stuff is like, oh
Yeah.
man. Anyway, I gotta say, listen, I am going in with this like an open mind. I am expecting Kyle Chandler to earn my respect in this role because Hal Jordan is one of my favorite characters of all time. But I had a feeling that they weren't going to go with someone who was like an A-list, like a McConaughey, and it was going to be someone from, as Slav said, out of left field. And I just didn't expect it to be someone who was like the Fed dweeb. And listen, maybe this guy did an audition or a screen test
Yo.
and absolutely blew it out of the water. And James Gunn and co were like, oh my God, he's perfect for it. And that's what I'm really hoping for. I have faith in James Gunn, but I still don't like this casting. But because I have faith in James Gunn and I love Hal Jordan, I am expecting this guy to earn my respect. Now, there's another big detail here in this revelation. And this is the fact, and if you've been watching the show, you've heard us say it for a while, but this is another revelation that further confirms something you've already heard us say. And that is that Hal Jordan is not going to be the main Green Lantern. And the component to the deal that further confirms this is the fact that there's no movie component to this deal because eventually there's going to be a shared universe Justice League type movie or something. And to attract actors, you have to imagine these deals are not single movie deals, kind of like how they work with Marvel. You know, Tom Holland signs like a 3 or 4 movie deal at a time. They're not going to tell us all the details of that, but they did confirm that there is no movie component to the deal. So that means, listen, I love Hal Jordan, but I also love Jon Stewart. And I think the focus now is on Jon Stewart. I'd be more okay with it if they get an amazing casting for Jon Stewart, because Jon Stewart's the one who's going to be around with us for a longer time anyway. Jon Stewart is going to be the main Green Lantern of the DCU. They need to absolutely cook with that casting.
Yeah, so I did some stalking because I was like, I gotta figure out who this guy is. So I watched one episode of Bloodline on my phone, and then I also watched some interviews just to see if there were any mannerisms that gave me Hal Jordan. You know what I mean? And I will say, I think he looks enough like Hal. I think he has a old school style and charisma. And you can even see that in like the way that he talks, like Kyle Chandler is really like he's like an old school Hollywood classic man. You know what I mean? And I think that he can fill the shoes needed. I think he can fill the shoes needed for Hal Jordan in this Green Lantern film. Now, and I agree with everything that you've said, bro. I mean, it is obvious that Jon Stewart is obviously going to be the main Green Lantern, and this was obviously, really talked about when James Gunn was saying that he was going to copy, or that he was using the Justice League, TV show from back in the day as his inspiration, and that show had Jon Stewart as, as the main GL. So, I am really expecting a really big casting for Jon Stewart if they're going with this guy. And like I'm not trying to downplay Kyle Chandler, but from a business standpoint, also from a casting standpoint, usually when you go for a guy small like that, you're like, you're saving those dollars and you're saving this press for a really big casting. So I am very interested to see who is in talks. Now there are 2 guys. I forget the other guy's name. He just had a Netflix film that just came out and he's like blowing up. But one of the other guys is Damson Idris. Like Damson Idris has been talked about so much. So I'll be very interested. I'll be very interested to see who is going to be, Jon Stewart, and that's really where this project lives and dies on.
I would be okay with Damson Idris, but I think he would make a better T'Challa.
Yeah. Well, there was bro. So there's another guy that
By the
David and I
way,
are talking about.
another issue I'm going to point out with fan castings. I think the more fan casted an actor, like the more popular of a fan casting, I'm starting to believe actually hurts the casting decision. I like if everyone keeps saying, "Oh, Chris Pine is the perfect Hal Jordan," and the whole internet saying it, Chris Pine is not going to be Hal Jordan. I'm starting to think that's like one of the laws of the universe. E equals
Yeah.
MC.
Maybe, bro, and maybe it might be like this dude might have like a conversation might have arose, and then the Hollywood trades just jump over it, and it kind of kills the vibe.
Yeah.
But
Because I just they don't like doing things that are expected. They want it to be surprising. They want to show off, especially the casting director. If you're being paid to pick an actor and you pick someone who everyone on Twitter is telling you to pick, like, are you really doing a good job? So I don't know.
1,000%. You can hear it now. Is a bad casting for Hal Jordan from the Snyder Bros.
Yeah, well, they say bro, I had a thread go viral. I wrote, I love throwing dirt at Snyder, the Snyder Cult. I'm going to actually talk about 2 posts real quick.
Oh God.
So I said, James Gunn breathes, and then I wrote Snyder Cult. See, I told you he could have kept Cavill, and dude,
I think I saw that tweet too. I saw that one.
But then I had another one the other day, bro, they're complaining about the DC logo in the Penguin. They're like, what did they say?
Because they were saying that James Gunn didn't do any of the work, but he's acting.
No, that was different. But so this girl said, remember when DC logos used to be peak and match the aesthetic of the movie? And listen, I do think that those actually look cool. Don't get me wrong. But what I wrote was, where is my response? Hold on.
Just go to your.
I got replies, Once again, you fail to understand the big picture. This is about branding and making DC a respected powerhouse. They want the logo to stand out in its very short time that it's on the screen. Zack Snyder failed at this. They don't care. Listen, Superman could be the greatest comic book movie of all time, and the entire internet could say so. They will still say, told you they should have kept Zack Snyder. The movie sucked. They're complaining about the damn logo, okay? They complain about everything. They're absolutely ridiculous, and they need to grow up.
Yeah. By the way, Man of Steel is a good movie. So it isn't bro, we're not here to trash all of it, bro. People just be overreacting. Yeah. All right, let's go. Oh, I have a lot of things to say about this casting. First things first, I like the casting. I like it better than Josh Brolin. I do too. He is a way better casting than Josh.
Oh, I disagree.
Disappointed it's not Chris, Timothy, or Matthew. Yeah, man, Chris Pine would have been perfect as a Hal Jordan, man. Yep. Very, very, very sad. But hey, who cares? Yeah. Probably gonna die off at the end of the season. All right. What about Matthew McConaughey or Ewan McGregor?
Oh, at first I liked the McConaughey idea, and then I remembered he has a Southern accent. Ewan, I like him. I never liked him for this. I might get heat for saying this, but
you already said it 2 episodes ago. Just say it again.
Yeah, I just think he's kind of feminine, and that's okay. Yeah. But Hal Jordan isn't a feminine guy.
Yeah, I disagree, but I don't feel like going down that road. All right, because we were talking about that 2 weeks ago.
I just think most of the guys in Star Wars, other than villains, are kind of feminine, and I think it's supposed to be that way.
You think Anakin? Oh, I see what you're saying. The emotion. Okay. I
was actually completely pulling that out of my ass to mess with you, and then you were like, "You know what? I see what you're saying."
No, but if you watch how much Anakin complains, bro, that could come off as super you know what I'm saying?
I don't think, but Anakin, I'm talking about some of the things they say.
Hello there.
Hello there. Yeah, bro.
Bro, that's not bro. That's just regular talk.
No,
hello there.
You would never say hello there. Bro, if you said hello there to one of your friends, they would look at you funny.
But bro, I feel like that's more like a British thing. Come on, it gives me like a British vibe, not like
If
a female vibe.
if James Bond ever said hello there, you would think it's like you wouldn't
Nah,
think
bro, I don't think that's swag, bro. Hello there. then he makes out with the girl. Yo, James Gunn. I mean, James Bond, bro. By the way, dude, who can they announce the James Bond casting? Like, come on, man. It's been like, come on.
yeah,
I
I think
need
it's gonna
we
come.
need this.
I think it's gonna come first half of 2025.
I hope so. I hope so. And like Aaron Taylor Johnson, he's cutting his hair. He's wearing suits. I'm like, what is going on? He's looking
Yeah,
like Bond. He's looking like Bond to me, bro.
me too.
And I think that's a sign. All right. When I was first in, when I was first introduced to Green Lantern, it was John, but I didn't fall in love with Green Lantern until Hal. Whoa, I'm kidding. Hal is the reason why I love Green Lantern. If he kills off Hal, I will accept if the story is good, but I hope it doesn't happen. Hal Jordan might not die, but Hal Jordan might just be gone for a while. That's what I think. I don't really think Hal's going to be dead. I think they're going to use Hal for a story
I
later on.
disagree. I think they might kill him off. I just think ever since Infinity War and Endgame, like we have seen the value of killing off major characters. And I think that when you do it right, it adds a lot of value to a project. And because of that, I think they're going to do it without. I think they're going to kill him off.
Fair point. Yo, what about Tom Cruise, Sterling K. Brown, John Krasinski, Glenn Powell?
They
Zach
don't want to
Efron,
pay $10 million for the role.
Robbie, yeah, bro. They're too expensive. Definitely Tom. By the way, bro,
Tom Cruise was who I was thinking of when I said 10 million.
Can we just talk about this real quick? You don't want Tom Cruise to play his character because Tom Cruise will make his own version of it the same way he did with the Jack Reacher. We don't want that in comic book films, bro. We don't. Leave it be.
Listen,
prime example, The Rock. I mean, look, Black Adam was fun, but that was nothing like what they were trying to do with him was nothing with what they've done in the comics.
Listen, I love The Rock. I love Tom Cruise.
Yep.
But what you have to understand about actors that are like that is once they are in a movie, it's no longer that movie. It's a Tom Cruise movie.
Yep. And it's too much ego and all that stuff. Ewan is how is equivalent.
Which I don't think it's a bad thing. I think ego is actually, in a lot of ways, could be great. I'm not humble, but at the same time, you have to have strategy with it.
Yo, you're hilarious. Kill off Guy Gardner for you to kill off a Green Lantern. Oh man, you guys are
but
crazy.
then it wouldn't have any value because no one really cares about Guy Gardner.
Oh god, and plus you guys gotta understand, like even in the animated Batman, Guy Gardner was the joke of the Green Lantern Corps. Like no one's gonna take him serious, and I think there's fun in that. Of like there's one that's an idiot. You look in films, you always have to have an idiot, So all right, the Ray movie is on hold, so let's talk about that. So Charmin Obaid Chinoy's Star Wars film starring Daisy Ridley is reportedly on hold. The film needs more work, and it won't. The film needs more work, and it likely won't begin filming until 2025. So first off, bro, this brings me joy that they are taking a step back on these films. Not because I want Daisy Ridley out of a job. I really don't blame her for the sequels. I mean, she just did as she was told and got paid, like whatever. But because of the fact that this did not work, like the sequels as a whole, they made bread, but from a fan standpoint, these films divided fans and it did not work, and they just need to move away from it. The only character from the sequels that should stay is Kylo Ren. Like that's the only one. And we all know that Adam Driver said that he's not coming back because of so much discourse that happened. We also heard that Taika Waititi's film that was going to be a Star Wars film that is on indefinite hold. So that movie is most likely not going to happen. So
What they need?
What?
Star Wars needs someone like Clint Eastwood to direct the movie. Okay, they need someone who wears a cowboy hat, if you know what I'm saying. Okay, they got to get rid of these directors that I think that, and I know everyone wants impartial and everything, and that's what we all say when we can't stand that it all leans one way. But I do think it would do Star Wars well if they had a more Southern or Western American type of director.
So you want Star Wars to lean more like cowboy vibe?
I'm trying to say it without saying it. Like, I think it would be good for Star Wars if its politics leaned the opposite direction for a bit.
So I disagree with that, bro, because I think that fight, I think that goes against the idea of these stories are from a story far, far away. I don't think that you have to lean either way for it to work. I think that you have to inverse yourself into the world, like, because we have John Favreau who did really good Mando stuff, and his third season got tampered with. Like, I think that I think that
How do
I
you
think
know
that
that the third season wasn't his own doing?
huh?
How do you know the third season becoming Bo-Katan season wasn't his own doing?
Because there were literally press runs where he said himself that this isn't all that I wanted to do. This isn't what all they encompassed into this season. He said that a lot of the stuff that he wrote got scrapped.
Fair. And
You know what
by
I
the
mean?
way,
So
he is very
and
left
that's just
leaning.
not fair for him. You know what I mean? And
He's
that's
very
not
left
fair.
leaning.
Yeah, and
I say
and
that to his credit because he does a great job.
exactly, bro. So like, I don't necessarily think that, like, look, politics sides don't matter. When it comes to who can make a great project, I think that, I, honestly, bro, it's all about who is the leader in charge, and I believe that I believe that the leader in charge dictates where things go, because with James Gunn, right? James Gunn is all about source. James Gunn is all about diving from the comics, and I believe that is the tone that the DCU will have, because he is directing those things based on Kathleen Kennedy. She's all about politics, which is fine, but the issue is that she lets that lean into the work that she does, which is why all of these things have happened. So that's kind of where I'm at.
I just think those core American values would do good in a Star Wars movie. I do. I think that, like, the resistance and going against the empire and all the big institutions. I don't know. I just think that's a very American kind of story. And I don't think necessarily you have to make it like in your face, but like just a good old fashioned values. I think that would be a good thing for a Star Wars movie.
But I think that's the issue, is that, like, you can't say you don't want one side to do it, but then you want the same thing. I think that you have to.
They've done it so much in one direction. Let's at least get in the other direction for like 2 movies and see what happens.
Yeah.
What do we have to lose? Star Wars is already cooked. Like I've said, if Star Wars is going to put something out, like because we do this, like, I'll go see it on day one. But if I wasn't recording this podcast, and I'm not kidding, I really am not kidding, I would be like, I'm going to see what Stevie says before I go see it.
Dude, I know you're telling the truth because I know you. But yeah, I mean, I think that the next step, and this is why, the reason why fans fell in love with Marvel was because we fell in love with the politics of the world. The reason why Star Wars politics were so fire is because there were galactic issues that were going on. Like, you watch Star Wars, the freaking Clone Wars, bro, Jedi, bro, they were bringing ships of food to planets that were in famine. There were clones that were helping babies. I mean, like, there was a lot of, like, things that were going on in the universe of that world, and that's where, huh?
That's what I love about the prequels. Like,
exactly, bro.
Palpatine's like making his way. That was awesome.
That's what I'm saying, bro. And I mean, bro, Palpatine was literally a chameleon, bro. I mean, he swayed everyone to his side on the low, and no one knew that he was a Sith. And those type of political galactic stuff, I think that's what feeds families. And that's kind of where, I am. And Jerry, like, this is where I say, this is lack of creativity and originality. Why do you think everyone wants to remake films? Because they have no creative bone in their bodies, bro. Versus where if you and I had a chance, I mean, dude, I have a notepad full of movie ideas that I can make. You know what I mean? And you probably have 1,000 ideas. You know what I mean?
But I'm not. That's not what I do. I'm not trying to make movies. Like, if that's what you want to do.
No.
Bro,
that is not what I'm saying, though. I'm saying that there are people with creative ideas that need a chance to that actually care about the content, bro. If people cared about Marvel content,
Right.
if people cared about Star Wars content, I mean, bro, look at James Gunn. Look, we might not agree with all of the castings, but bro, you can deal with it. Do you know why? Because you know he cares. You know he gives a crap about the content, and that's where everything comes from. If you care, we will deal with it, bro. Thor Dark World, which I think is an underrated film.
Me too.
Yeah, underrated, but a lot of fans didn't like it. Okay, Iron Man 2. I remember when it first came out, a lot of fans were not a fan of Iron Man 2. And it's funny because I love that film, and now everybody's gassing and posting the freaking war machine fight scene. But people knew that Feige cared, people knew that Downey cared, people knew that Favreau cared, and they dealt with it. So that's where my whole thing is. Like, I am willing to deal with trash or something that's not as good if I know that they're trying. But if you literally are just going against everything and you just want to put out your political values, that's when fans don't care. You know, think about the freaking prequels, bro. A lot of people hated the prequels. I mean, and you were there, so you know more than I do. Like, bro, my pops told me that he went to work like after he saw Attack of the Clones. And bro, his coworkers killed it. But my dad said he dealt with all of it. You know why? Because it's George, and George cares about his stuff. And that's where I think, bro, that's where the relationship piece is. You know, James Gunn is on X. He's talking to us, bro. Like, think about that, bro. The president of DC is talking to us. You know why? Because he gives a crap. And that's where, you know, you that isn't taught. That is a natural fan that cares about content, and that's what is missing in Star Wars and even in Marvel to an extent. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. And that's what frustrates me, you know, to a whole is because how come you and I are more passionate than these directors who are paid to read this stuff, bro? They're paid to study the source material, and we're more passionate, bro. Think about this, bro. Think about this, Jerry. You know more about comics than probably Taika knows about Thor. That's embarrassing.
Yeah.
He got paid
100%.
to make 2 Thor films, and you know more about Thor lore than he does. Think about that.
That's crazy. And you know what? Like, screw JJ Abrams. I can't stand him. And like, he is someone that gets so much privilege in the industry. I mean, he has written
a short silver spoon, man. He does.
Bro, they let him write Spider-Man comics. Like, what?
Wait, really?
Really? I mean, it's only like a 5-issue thing.
So was it good?
Bro, I didn't read it. I love Spider-Man. I don't love J.J. Abrams.
Bro, I didn't read that, John. All right.
Yeah.
Now let's get into some Mr. Holland stuff. All right. So Spider-Man stuff has been going good, man, for these past couple of weeks, bro. Not gonna hold you. So Spider-Man will reportedly have a major role in Doomsday. His role in this film will be bigger than it is in Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame. And then another part of news that came with this is that Spider-Man will be filming both next year. So Jerry, I want to ask you, right? How big does Tom Holland's role have to be in these films? So like, do you think his role has to be super big in Doomsday and Secret Wars? Like, do you think he has to be one of the center pieces or what?
Yeah, and I'll tell you why.
Let me hear it.
There's a couple of reasons. Number one, he's Spider-Man, and he really has never had a major role in any Avengers movie. Like, he just hasn't. And if someone wants to try to argue Infinity War, like, stop it. You know, the other thing is he's Spider. I think that's kind of what I just said, but yeah, he's Spider-Man and he should. But the other thing is when you look at the Avengers roster right now, I mean, who else would take the top role? Seriously. And I do have a feeling we might be saying Sam Wilson, and I think Sam Wilson probably will take number one, you know, for a couple of reasons. But mainly because they had hinted at it in the trailer. They, you know, said, I'm putting his team together. He is Captain America.
Yeah.
So that kind of, you know, makes it has meaning, obviously. But I do think Spider-Man will be like right under that or neck and neck with him. And I think you need Spider-Man to you have to have characters that are significant in these movies that people really care about. And I think that I think Spider-Man is like perfect. He's like literally the most popular superhero in the world. So,
Yeah.
and I think he needs a big role in both. And I also think it's important because if they are going to bring in Miles, like the time to give Spider-Man his major role in the Avengers movies is now, because you don't know if you're going to have that opportunity again with Peter.
Yeah. So I know Tom Holland's not your favorite Spider-Man.
I don't not like Tom Holland as
Yeah,
Spider-Man. I think he's great, but my
and
favorite is Toby, and my favorite
yeah,
will always be Toby because that's
yeah.
who I grew up on.
So just
And
for
he's the
some
most
quick
comic accurate.
facts, just for some quick banter, why? So what are some things you like about Tom Holland as being Spidey?
I think that he, like, in terms of Spider-Man and Peter Parker's personality, like, I think he gets that perfectly. When he is like kind of funny and he quips, and I just think that Tom Holland understands Peter Parker's personality really well, and he gets it so well. And that's another reason that, like, I just think that it's a shame that we might not ever get a New York centric, like, Spider-Man in his New York element movie, because that's where Spider-Man's personality really shines. Like,
Yeah.
I would love to see Tom Holland as Spider-Man swinging across the New York City skyline and, like, kind of having banter with a villain or banter with a cabbie on the street,
Yeah.
like things like that. And I just don't know that we're ever going to get that. And if we don't, it's such a shame, because
Yeah.
I think that we deserve it as the fans. I think we need it. And I think that if we don't ever get that, I also think Tom Holland is going to look back and be like, damn, I wish I got to have that moment.
Yeah.
I do. I really do.
Yeah. I think so too. So, all right. Now let's talk some Penguin, okay? Penguin episode 1. Did you finish it yet or no?
Yes.
Okay, good. I was like, I really want to talk about it. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Number 1, Penguin was amazing. I mean, I devoured this episode. You know what I mean? And we have a breakdown, bringing down all of the Easter eggs. So first off, Jerry, Sophia Falcone. Oh my God, dude.
Bro.
Man, oh man, she is the diamond of the show. She's the diamond of the show. She is amazing. One of the things, Jerry, that it is very hard to play someone that is mentally insane. Like, it isn't as easy as people think. And the way that Sophia Falcone plays it, bro, she at first, bro, she doesn't come off as crazy. You know what I mean?
And then when she's eating, she killed that.
She's eating like a freaking animal,
Yeah.
and then when she tells you that she's been in Arkham, you're like, oh my God, like this. Okay, so she's crazy. You know what I mean? And I'm like, oh my God, yeah, this girl's insane. And also, bro, I was shocked that Penguin killed Alberto so fast. Like, that shocked me. I thought
too.
I thought that we were going to see more of the dynamic, and also, and I'll let you get into yours. It was. Now, the end of the episode was genius. It is art. It is the best dupe I've seen in TV. Because think about this. He gave the ring to Salvatore Maroni to make it look like he was the one who killed Alberto, and then had, I think his name is Vince, whatever, Vince send the car to the Falcone house. Bro, it was freaking genius, because now, bro, Salvatore's not going to say like, oh, like, Oz gave me the ring. No, he's gonna bask in it because he's gonna get clout, which now builds this war between the two, which shows you how Penguin is gonna rise on top. They're both gonna take out each other, and then Penguin's gonna be left with like all the money. I mean, bro, the way that sequence went, bro, was just bro, they cooked. They cooked.
I am so happy that Penguin is like getting his time to shine. Penguin is such a good character. He's brilliant. He's a savage. And Colin Farrell, like, I said it the second I saw the Batman. I was like, Colin Farrell as the Penguin stole every scene he was in. He's absolutely incredible. And I'm so happy they're doing the Penguin show. And people really love it. You know, they put a lot of thought into making these projects. There's two things that really stick out to me with what they said. And one is they wanted to make a Batman movie that felt like it could exist in the real world. Success, they did that. With Penguin, and this is what I kind of try to it's very similar to what I try to tell you about the Dark Knight trilogy. And and what I'm about to say is huge to the Penguin success. So they said they wanted to make a show that appealed to new fans that might not necessarily watch a superhero movie. And you get guys like my dad. My dad hates superheroes. Absolutely hates them. Doesn't want to watch any of it. Just thinks it's corny. Doesn't get it. Whatever. But he loved the Penguin, and he
loved it.
Loved it. Huge Mafia fan, like the movies, Sopranos, all that. You name it. Which I am too, by the way. But this show is going to continue to perform well because now they're not just selling it to us comic book fans. They're selling it to regular viewers that might not care for the Batman. And you don't have to watch the Batman to watch Penguin.
Yeah.
So I think this show is going to continue to perform and, have significant viewership. And, you have to give credit when they have strategy in making content, knowing the audience they need to sell it to at the time. And that's what Nolan did with the Dark Knight trilogy. And that's what Matt Reeves is doing right now. And it's a power move. Hats off to him. He is a genius. And we are in for a real treat with this Batman universe because we're only in the very beginning. So
this is Colin Farrell's best performance ever.
Yeah.
Colin Farrell, I tip my hat off to you, sir.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, it's just, bro, next level, dude.
You know what I also saw someone say?
What's up?
Which I don't know if I fully agree, but it's an interesting and thought-provoking comment. Someone said that Colin Farrell is to the Penguin what Heath Ledger was to the Joker.
I heard that. I saw that too. I
don't know if it's like a one-to-one comparison, but even if it isn't, it definitely has some validity to it. I don't know if it's fully.
That's a hard comparison, man.
Yeah.
Because the Joker had it's different, bro. The Joker was, there's a whole film to that.
When that movie came out, it was a cultural moment.
Yeah,
the entire country was obsessed with that movie.
100%, bro. Yes, it's different, bro. Like that Joker thing reached the world, And Penguin, I'm not it's reaching the world, but it's not to the level that the Joker was, bro. Like Dark Knight was like Thanos type stuff, bro. Like it shook up the world, bro. So, all right, let's read some chats. But anyways, Penguin episode 1 is amazing. And we're going to be covering that closely. We're doing episode breakdowns, giving you Easter egg and stuff. It's pretty amazing.
The next episode doesn't come out till next week.
Wait, it doesn't come out this Sunday?
Nope. Wait, let me double check. I
thought it comes out this Sunday. Right? Oh yeah, so this Sunday.
Oh, it is this Sunday. Okay, so I thought it was 2 weeks. It came out on Thursday, and it's coming out on Sunday instead of Thursday.
Now we go, brother.
Yeah, which actually works better for me, but whatever.
1 second. All right, bet. Okay, so let's read some chat you guys got. I'm gonna read up this time. Why is he even called Penguin? Anyways, that doesn't sound. It's because of his feet, because he has a weird walk. So they say he walks like a penguin.
Yeah, and he kind of looks like a penguin, like in comics. They obviously played
his body. He's short, fat. Got a weird walk.
Yeah.
Got an umbrella. while a lot of villains are really getting their own projects yet, and you guys know I'm against villain-led
I
projects,
love villain centric
but
projects.
I think that this is a little different because it's more of a crime show per se, like a mob show. So, because usually with villains, right, they need the heroes to drive them. Cobblepot's driver right now is like Power, which is awesome. and when you have a drive for power, everyone's your enemy. So it just makes it super cool.
I
Unlike
can't get over
Venom, where he doesn't really have a. You said what?
I can't get over how good the show is. And I think villain centric movies are a good idea. I think in practice, a lot of them haven't worked out, but I don't blame the concept. I blame a lot of the people behind the failed projects.
100%. Would you watch a movie or series if the Joker or Penguin was in it together? The movie or series will be called Joker or Penguin. As long as it's not Joaquin Phoenix's Joker, I'd watch it. Like give me Barry what's his name? Keoghan with freaking Colin Farrell. I'd watch that.
I think listen, I think there are better team ups than Joker and Penguin.
Yeah. What do you do? Never mind. I'm not gonna say it. Anyways, is it because that just
I
sounded
was gonna say Scarecrow and Joker, I think would be
dude, I had a brain dead idea that I don't even know what who cares? Judge me. For some reason, not saying that this is accurate at all. What if you did like the League of Shadows versus the Court of Owls? That'd be kind of wild. Like an all-out war.
That would be crazy. The Talons are like so the Court of Owls have the Talons who like kind of dress up like owls and they fight. They are savage.
Mm-hmm. They're savages, bro. Isn't Spider-Man going back to a New York setting, but after the multiverse saga is over? If so, I don't know what people are claiming about. That's the rumor that that with the reset, but Miles might be the guy. Who knows?
So Kevin Feige actually said something different. He said, we did say it's going to be a grounded movie, but we didn't say if that meant grounded on Earth or not. He said something to that effect.
Interesting. Which is helping your narrative with Spider-Man being in the Fantastic Four. Dang, that does help your narrative. Oh, I hope you're wrong because you've been
all my Spider-Man.
Yeah, I will say, man, you've been on a roll these past couple months. Bro.
I know, and you doubted me hard on every one of those.
I did. I hate it very hard. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, but it's always fun when we have opposition. It's just that I've been losing a lot lately, bro. Like, guys, I need a win. You know
what? I'll go soft on you. I'm going to give you a Joe Biden.
You said what?
I'm going to give you a Joe Biden, so I whispered.
Yeah.
Joe Biden always whispers when Joe Biden wants to be condescending. He whispers.
Oh, he whispers. That's funny. But yeah, bro. I've been taking L's, but guys, it's all good because my big win is when the Fantastic Four is doing this thing. That's the win, guys. That's all I'm asking for. Pedro Pascal. If you're watching this screen, I am relying on you to make my co-host wrong. And look, my co-host wants to be wrong, so make it happen. Okay.
And you know what? You also need to shave the mustache because you don't have any.
Yeah, Pedro, shave the mustache, bro. Please.
Thank you. I'm so happy you said that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a costume guy. I can't complain. I've been against a stash to kind of like just annoy you, but like all in all, the stash has to go. All in all, the stash has to go.
We're gonna start a hashtag.
Stop the stash. Or hashtag Pedro cut the stash, something like that.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna make Slav. He'll post it because then he won't stop. He'll just keep.
By the way, please comment what you think our hashtag should be. Try to include Pedro and stash, so that way people know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
But if you can, please comment. We'll pick the best one from the comments.
Yeah, and we'll just use it in every Fantastic Four post we do.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Matt Reeves would have to nerf the Court of Owls. Talons are literally super soldier zombies that falls under the fantastical side of Batman, not grounded. They could just make them like ninjas or something.
Yeah, that's an easy one.
Yeah. I mean, that's what they did in the freaking Dark Knight or in Batman Begins. All right. Now, Agatha episode 1 and 2. So let me just get into this really fast. So I watched both episodes, did breakdowns for both of them. Shockingly, the Agatha episodes are doing great on views, which is hilarious. But Agatha is okay, and I watched it. I broke it down, and I will honestly tell you that it's not bad. Okay, And and Jerry and I talked, and what I told Jerry, and I know you remember I said this was, I said it's not bad, but I don't know if I like it. You know what I mean? Um, and I say that because the issue I have is the absence of Wanda is super felt in this. And it seems like with the way that they're going, right? So just to give you guys context, spoiler alert, because Jerry, I know you didn't watch the show at all, so I'm here to just, so I'm gonna just give you a quick summary. So basically, the witch's road, basically, like when you accomplish that road, right, you basically get whatever you want. So whatever you want, they will grant you that. And so what is being talked about is that Wiccan is going to want his mom Wanda to come back, and that's probably how Wanda is going to come back as the main witch. Okay, and basically, at least from the trailer I saw, it seems like Agatha's going to get her magic back because in Wanda Vision, right, in the last episode, Wanda took all of her magic away, so she's like magicless. So yeah, that's all that. And then Aubrey Plaza's character, she is not Cynthia Doom. She is most likely Mephisto's daughter. Okay, and so that's another interesting thing, and that's why I said earlier that Mephisto's probably going to pop up in this show. Now, I will say I am semi interested in this road piece only because I think that this might have something possibly to do with Doctor Strange's side of magic. It seems like this road is going to encompass all of that lore, and Catherine Hahn hasn't done a bad job of acting. But I think that with Wanda, the show would have been 10,000 more cooler. And the thing that got me, Jerry, is remember in Wanda Vision season 1, right? Remember the episode when they gave us the whole entire backstory to like how they found out about their like powers and everything?
I don't remember.
Okay,
So long
so
ago.
yeah, of course, of course. So basically, Wanda was like in this like asylum, and she got like a memory of or she got like a vision of what she was going to be in the future. And even in Doctor Strange, right? They built up Wanda to be this powerful being, and like, bro, they barely talk about her, bro. And that's just stuff that I don't like, and it just seems like more of a abandoned plot. And so, and then, bro, I've had a hard time caring about some of the stuff that's going on because you and I both know, Jerry, that Agatha is a small piece of the puzzle. That of this big multiversal puzzle that we're in, she's a super small piece, and they're trying to keep us in with adding all of this magical lore, but it's just not working for me, who is a lore nerd. And I was also talking to people at Second and Charles and at the box lunch because Jerry, like lately, bro, what I've been doing is like with some of the topics that like you and I that I know we're not sure on, I'll go and talk to other fans, and see what they think. Jerry, hear this. So one dude at the box lunch, he told me, he said,
I don't know them.
so basically box lunch is where I actually got the Superman shirt.
It's a store.
Yeah. So they sell a bunch of superhero merch,
Oh,
Harry Potter, Dragon Ball Z. They do all that stuff.
I thought it was like podcast or something.
Nah. So I was talking to this guy. Him and I were talking about Agatha, and the thing that he told me, he said, and he was cussing his mom because he was pissed because he's a big Wanda guy, and he told me, he said, how can you make me care about a character that Wanda basically completely like destroyed? Like he was saying, like Wanda made her into nothing. So how come in Wanda Vision season 1, you basically tell us that this person is never going to be involved in this universe anymore, that you make a whole entire show about her? And he said that he felt the same way at first about Thunderbolts because he didn't like the idea that Task Master and the Ghost were back, because he was saying like their story's already ended, why are we bringing them back? So it is, so like a lot of fans aren't really happy about Agatha coming back because they think that it kind of makes Wanda Vision season 1 useless. Like, what is the point if you kill off Wanda and then you may make a show about a character that got cooked? So there is a lot of discourse going around that is very logical. So yeah.
Listen, I just think that like nobody wanted a Agatha show, and
I almost put on my water.
It's just so ridiculous to me, and it's I don't like some of the actors in the show because I don't like a lot of the things that they've said. And listen, I didn't like WandaVision. I know you loved it. I know there's a fan base out there that loved WandaVision. I get that. But I don't think that that fan base was dying for a Gagatha
No,
show.
but they
You
wanted
know?
a season 2.
Yeah. So I don't understand why they didn't just do a season 2 or not do it at all. I don't know. Maybe they didn't want to pay Elizabeth Olsen again because, she was probably starting to get paid a lot by them because she's been around for a while. You know, there's so many better shows that they could have made. And it's just like, this is one of those projects that makes me think, is there really a course correct?
Yeah, but bro, but that's the weird thing, bro. It's like we get Agla, but then we're getting, you know, Captain America: Brave New World, Thunderbolts, Advanced Four. It's like, what is going on? It's
Yeah,
weird. It's
it
weird,
is
bro.
weird.
It's
Very
very
weird.
inconsistent, Even like coming out of Deadpool, right? Like we get Deadpool Wolverine. Now you go from that to Agatha. It's like it's super odd, So, but whatever.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Hunter, he says superhero cuts. Did you see my comment? Let's see. Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry that we missed this. Superhero cuts. What's your thoughts on Kelvin? That's the guy, bro. Kelvin Harrison Jr. That's the guy that I was talking to you about. He's being posted everywhere. Kelvin Harrison Jr. as a John Stewart. Um, I think Kelvin Harrison is like, I don't know. I haven't seen him act enough, guys. Just being
I
honest.
haven't seen him in anything.
Yeah. So he's in this I'm pretty sure he's in a Netflix movie that's like #1 or something. But I haven't seen enough. I haven't seen enough of him. I think they should go. In my opinion, bro, I think that they should cast an A-list actor. That's just my opinion. Do it.
I don't think they're gonna do that because they haven't casted an A-list actor for anything, and that includes Superman. So if they didn't do it for Superman, they're probably not gonna do it for
I
John.
disagree. I disagree.
We'll see.
Hopefully, I win that one.
Yeah, listen, I wouldn't mind it, obviously.
Yeah.
But I kind of hope you win that too. But I'm really curious is who's going to play Batman? Like, what is going on with this DCU Batman? You know what's interesting about DCU Batman? You don't care?
No, I said I don't know.
So I never got back to this kid, so I was just like, what's the point? But we were talking on Threads, and he was saying, well, Damian is, obviously comes after Dick. So I'm wondering, how evolved Dick Grayson will be as Nightwing in the DCU. And I do think Nightwing is going to be in the DCU, but he might not be in Batman the Brave and the Bold. We might not see him right away. And I also think a lot of fans are like under the assumption that because Damian Wayne is going to be the Robin, that the Bat family exists and everything has to come as it did chronologically in the comics. And I just don't understand like why people think that it's a direct adaptation and just because they're using Damian Wayne, like that doesn't really confirm anything about other characters.
Yeah. Because I don't think James Gunn talked about the Bat family. Did he?
I don't think he did.
I
think,
it.
yeah.
Right now.
Oh, I'm just dying to hear about this DCU Batman movie. Like I think it's gonna be really special just because like listen, I love the Batman.
I got the audio. You ready?
Yeah.
All right.
So DC Studios knew
this idiot, dude. Hold on, here it is. Where's the Batman? Batman, the Authority, Paradise Lost. Here we go. Brave and the Bold. There we go.
Of Wonder Woman. It's almost like Game of Thrones with Westeros, but with all of the inhabitants. Production of the DCU's Batman is the Brave and the Bold. The Brave and the Bold is the story of Batman and his actual son, Damian Wayne. This is based on Grant Morrison's great comic book run. Damian Wayne is my favorite Robin. He's a little assassin who Batman tries to get in line. And so this is the story of the two of them and the beginning of sort of the Bat family in the DCU.
That's why everybody thinks it's Nightwing, because he said it's the beginning of the Bat family. So
Right.
there's a chance he's definitely going to pop up then, for sure.
But
He's
that
probably
kind
gonna
of
pop
goes
up.
with what I said. It doesn't mean they might. It's the beginning, meaning the characters will come, but they might not be in the first movie.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
I mean,
I think that makes sense just because if you're introducing Batman and Damian Wayne as Robin for the first time, like it just makes sense for the spotlight to not be spread so thin on like 5 or 6 characters.
but it would be fun if you did something to where, like, like Damien's just running loose at Nightwing's like, yeah, who's this kid? And Damien just beats the crap out of him. That would be funny.
Yeah,
that'd be hilarious. Or like Damien's in the freaking Batcave and Dick just pops up and is like, yo,
I prefer they hold off on Nightwing.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think it's like, but I think that's what makes it the universe. Is when certain people just pop up.
Yeah,
and
but Batman's too important of a character. He needs like a proper introduction where we get a full movie before starting to spread thin. And I think there's plenty of time.
yeah, but I don't have a Nightwing would really spread Batman thin. I think that would give Batman more range and more gravitas that we've never seen, before, because we're getting bad Batman, bro. You know what I mean?
We'll see. I
think that'll be very different. But bro, it's all about who gets casted. And like with the castings that have happened, bro, I think all the fan castings are just wrong. Very wrong.
Me too. I think we're gonna get someone that we probably don't even really know.
Yeah.
The other thing though, it's like we're finally gonna get that fantastical Batman with like, and I think they're gonna go like all out. Like I think we're gonna. That's why I kind of think it's very well. Didn't we kind of uncover that they are going to be using Deathstroke in something?
Yep. Yeah. We said so. The consensus that we were just like, no one has talked about Deathstroke at all, and we think he's going to be a really big piece of this whole entire U.
Yeah, and I remember I said that because I was just like, it automatically brings the action up.
100%. Yeah, and it's very possible that he could even be in Brave and the Bold, because I mean I expect to get some League of Shadows stuff and stuff like that.
Right.
So, what is Deathstroke one of your like favorite bad guys ever?
He's up there. It's tough. I have so many. Like,
yeah,
but I really do like Deathstroke.
Magneto. Yeah, never mind. I forgot your favorite.
Yeah, I love Deathstroke. I don't know if he would make my top 10. I love Magneto. I love the Joker. I love Penguin, like I said.
Dr. Doom, yeah.
Dr. Doom.
Can't forget Kang. Can't forget Kang the Conqueror.
I love Kang. Yeah, there's so many good ones, man.
Yeah. True.
Norman Osborn is such a fucking good, such a good one.
Would you like Man-Bat in the?
Oh, I hate Man-Bat.
Really?
I don't think Man-Bat is like as bad as Mr. Freeze. Like I think he's actually like I can understand why people would be interested in Man-Bat. I just always thought it was a stupid concept. Like, oh, Batman backwards, Man-Bat. This guy like made himself.
By the way, something hilarious. Your Mr. Freeze rant has done almost 700 views on that video.
Nice. Are people in the comments pissed?
No, bro. But the average watch time was like 5 minutes, bro. Or no, 4 minutes. Sorry, 4 minutes and 40 seconds on a 4 minute and 56-second video.
That's great.
That's
that means that people are really engaging and listening to what I'm saying. Good. That means that all these stupid things that people put out, people are listening to me counter them.
Yeah. So the only pushback that was had is the guy said that the first Batman movie was not a murder mystery.
The Batman wasn't a murder mystery?
I would not agree with that take. I would not. Yeah, that's what he said. He said everyone knew who the Riddler was going into the movie, it was more of a crime thriller where they are trying to figure out what the Riddler is
Okay, but
trying to do.
that's semantics. Like,
Yeah, it's the same thing, bro. What, like,
and also it's irrelevant to the point that I made.
come on, man. People be
I hate
tripping.
when people do that. It's like you couldn't find any. You wanted to argue with me because you wanted to defend Mr. Freeze, but you couldn't find anything on what I said to defend Mr. Freeze. So you went after some irrelevant semantics. Get
Yeah,
out of here. It's
exactly.
such a manipulative and deceptive tactic. I can't stand people like that because they're
Oh,
disingenuous.
you ended up talking to the other guy.
Oh,
He said hated this movie from the moment I left the theater. Dang. Wish the movie failed and we never had to hear about the series ever again. But glad you guys liked it. You said what? That's crazy. You're funny, bro. You're funny. All right, let's sorry, we're saying?
I was gonna get to Dragon Trainer's comment right here.
Which one? Go ahead.
So Man-Bat is this guy, Dr. Kirk Langstrom, and he came up with like some concoction and injected himself and became like a bat. Like he became an actual like human-sized bat. You can look it up and you see what it looks like, but yeah, I just always thought it was kind of stupid, like boring, and didn't really intrigue me. And
It's corny, bro.
it's corny, and
he's predictable. I mean, it's a predictable.
It's so predictable, and it's like Batman backwards, like that's so dumb. And also, did he come first? But I also always felt like it was kind of like the Lizard, from the Spider-Man villain who injected himself to make his arm grow back and became a lizard. Let me see.
True.
I'm going to ask ChatGPT who came first.
I'll read this one while you're searching it. I heard Slap Free Talk say this, but do you think Gunn will completely skip Tim Drake? Because it's much easier for them to say one Robin became Nightwing and the other Robin died and Damian is the current Robin. I honestly don't know, but I don't think they should skip Tim Drake. I think they should involve everyone. That's just my opinion. Why not?
Yeah, I kind of disagree with that. I just think, I guess you kind of have to, because we want Red Hood, so you're gonna have to have Jason Todd, and then if you're gonna do Jason Todd, how do you not do Tim Drake? So I guess it kind of makes sense to do all of them.
And Tim Drake is technically the best Robin, so
yeah, Tim Drake. He's not my favorite, but he's technically the best.
100%. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, did you search that up? Yeah, my bad.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to check the result. Hold on. So the Lizard came first, so I was right. So yeah, they
bit off that.
Off. Yeah, they definitely took inspiration. And out of all the ones that we're talking about, this is the closest one out of all of them.
Yeah,
because the two people literally injected themselves and became an animal.
100%. I don't care about seeing Man-Bat, but I would love to see the League of Assassins make an army of Man-Bats. Bro, yeah, I'm recording, bro. Oh my goodness. Sorry. Sorry, somebody just keeps calling me, bro. Like, come on. I don't care about seeing Man-Bat, but I would love to see the League of Assassins make an army of Man-Bats. Whoa, that Batman and Robin will have to fight like a Son of Batman. That would be very interesting. That would be very interesting. But I don't want to see that in Brave and the Bold, though. I know. The biggest problem with Tim Drake is that he doesn't stand out. Dick, the first Robin, Jason, the Robin that died, Damian, the son of Batman. What makes you think that Tim Drake doesn't stand out?
He definitely stands out.
Oh God. Oh man, I did not know that. Okay. We're going to go to the next topic, Hunger Mighty Answer Me, and we will resume that conversation. So let's talk about Ross Marquand for a moment. So if you don't know who Ross Marquand is, he's like a voice guy. He basically was Red Skull. He put on his best Hugo Weaving impression. He was in Avengers and Infinity War and Endgame as the Red Skull, which was obviously pretty awesome. Not going to hold you. And so he said, obviously he just got done doing his voice work for X-Men 97. So Jerry, he said that X-Men 97 season 2 is way more darker than season 1. Now, here now here's a question that I would love for you to educate our fans on. Okay, just like how dark is Apocalypse? Do you like how good of a character is Apocalypse, and how important is he to the X-Men?
So Apocalypse is an interesting character. He's definitely a dark guy. He is like, philosophically, he's all about being the survival of the fittest, and he has really spent like eternity wiping out the weak to create a planet where only the strong survive. And it's a very Darwinian mindset. And it makes him like, not me, I don't get scared. But no, he's supposed to be like a terrifying villain.
Hope you don't get scared.
Yeah, he's more than willing to commit genocide and cause massive destruction to achieve, his version of a better world. And he is someone who obviously has a very long lifespan, and because of that, he's had a lot of influence on history. He is lived for thousands of years. He's manipulated historical events, caused wars, by manipulating things, and natural disasters, you name it. He's like kind of a sociopath. He doesn't have any morals, doesn't really care for them. He's definitely a savage. Like one of the most. That's also one of the things. Like I like, bro. X-Men had some of the best villains, locate, and
100%.
Apocalypse is up there. So I like Apocalypse. I'm looking forward to season 2. I think it's going to be sick. And I love that. If I remember correctly, Magneto's back, because Magneto is not just my favorite X-Men villain. He is my favorite mutant, period. He's the GOAT. No one can change my mind.
He also lost his memory again. So that's also going to be very interesting to see how that turns out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah. Magneto is the man, bro.
Yeah. Also, bro, we're about to get Feral Wolverine, bro. That's going to be fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. There's a lot. There's really a lot to look forward to with this show, man. Yeah, bro, I am really hyped to see Apocalypse, and I remember when you made me read the comic where Wolverine became one of the 4 horsemen. So I hope that we get to see that in this show as well, because that's kind of how he gets his powers back anyway.
Yeah.
So I am really hyped to see what they're going to do.
Me too.
Who's your favorite character other than Mag? Because I know that's your boy. Who's your favorite person on that X-Men roster on the show last season?
Wolverine for sure. Wolverine's always my favorite. I probably like in the show. I probably like Cyclops the most.
Yeah, I was saying in the show.
Yeah. In the show, I probably like Cyclops the most. One thing about me, like I feel like a lot of people try hard when they're picking their favorites. Like one for me, I just go with who I like, and sometimes it's that most popular character. Like I don't care. I'm not gonna pick someone else because it's uncool to have the favorite that everyone. I don't care. I am authentic. I'm not a fraud. I will never give you a fake answer to try to sound cool, and that is
exactly. So yeah, man, we are hyped for X-Men. Let's see. I meant what's so special about him?
By the way, other than Nightcrawler, and who was in X-Men 97.
Exactly. But the one Cyclops part that gets me was when he takes off his mask and he says, like, don't ever mess with my family again. And you see the tears coming down when he's shooting the lasers, bro. That shot was
sick. Yeah.
Because he's literally crying about his kid. Like you can feel like he's doing all the emotions of his kid. And Yeah, Cyrus, bro, he be going through it bad, bro.
By the way, it's funny because I was just looking into this comic run that I think is going to be the next X-Men run I read, other than the concurrent one.
Yeah.
It's called X-Men Red, and it's recent, but they have their own planet called Araco. And what drew me to it was it supposedly has a lot to do with Magneto managing intergalactic politics on behalf of the mutants.
What?
Yeah, by the way, Araco, which I got to read this run before I get into it because, this is the run to learn about Araco. But Araco could be the place where the mutants might be before they come to the MCU. See, that's what I'm saying.
You need to work on that, dude. Yo, you need to make a video on that ASAP. Oh my god.
Well, I got to read the run, but I'm going to binge through.
I'm not gonna lie. I might cut this out just so no one else can hear this.
Yeah, good idea.
I'm serious. I might. Go ahead.
But yo, here's the other thing though. This is why I say, they have the writers who are creative enough. They can come up with other methods to bring characters. It's just lazy to me to always say, the multiverse. Bro, you could come up with something better. We deserve something better. And stop playing that out. That's all I'm saying.
And bro, because the MCU is so space oriented, Magneto being in an intergalactic government fits the MCU perfectly. Wow, that's actually a really smart idea. Bro.
I'm gonna start reading it this week.
That's
I would
hard.
say tomorrow, but tomorrow's a new comic book day, and so much heat is coming out. Wait, the second issue of Hickman's Wolverine book is coming out.
I saw that one.
Yeah, Ultimate Spider-Man and Spider-Man. Oh, there's so many good ones. Oh, the Detective Comics finale, bro. I go crazy about it.
I'm hyped for Absolute Batman, dude. I can't wait for that one,
bro. It got over 200,000 pre-orders.
Bro, people are just simping over that one, bro.
Yeah,
Absolute Batman is gonna be big, and I need to go online because I want an actual copy of it. I feel like this is like a time in history.
You should get on that ASAP. I'll send you a good website.
Perfect. I'm gonna cop after the show. Please. I got that over. I mean, what is so special about him? Grayson was the first Robin. Jason. So Tim Drake is the most detective Robin that we have ever seen. Okay, he is talented with computers. He is the smartest Robin. He from a logical thinking standpoint, he is the most like Batman. That is why they say he is the best Robin of all time. The way he thinks is the mission. I mean, him and Batman in that way are literally the same. The reason why Dick and Batman don't get along is because Dick Grayson has a heart. And that's the way, that's the way that Batman raised him. I mean, there's a scene where it's a film, but Diana is grilling Batman on basically why he would involve Robin into fighting crime. And the answer that Batman gave is he said, I made him bring his parents murderers, he made Robin, put them in jail because he knew that if Robin didn't come to peace with his parents dying, he would have ended up just like him. You know what I'm saying? So there are special reasons for each Robin in the way that they act. You know what I mean? And each Robin has different qualities that make them, better than Bruce Wayne in certain aspects and areas. So it's and that is why Batman is the greatest character of all time. That is why, because there's so many things to the Bat family that a lot of people don't understand. There's a reason why these Robins all act a certain way. So Batman's the GOAT. I'm sorry to tell you guys. I love Tim more than
number one favorite comic book character of all time.
Who? Bats? Batman. Heck yeah. I love Tim more than Damian, but once Damian came into the picture, Tim basically became irrelevant because he never really went, on to become a different mantle. Jake became Nightwing, Jason became Red Hood. Yeah, Damian is my favorite as well. But Damian is more of my favorite because I always like heroes who aren't afraid to get their hands a little, dirty. You know what I mean? I've always been a fan of those type of heroes. I'm gonna be honest. There's only two things I want for rebooted X-Men: Cyclops done right, and either Gambit or Nightcrawler. Bro, we need Nightcrawler, bro. We need Nightcrawler. I think I've only ever watched 2 X-Men movies ever. You, Brendan, watch X-Men First Class, bro. Great movie. Very underrated. Isn't
That's my
freaking talked
favorite
about
X-Men
enough.
movie.
First Class is so good, bro.
So good.
Oh my god, love that movie. I got a free Batman Long Halloween book today for buying Hickman New Ultimate. Did he, Jerry? You sent me that, right? You sent me Long Halloween. Yep.
Yeah, there's so that was number 0. It was the prologue, and I'm looking at the list. Which, by the way, I'm going to start that book I told you about tomorrow because Comic Book Day's Wednesday. I got confused because we usually do this on Tuesday.
Yeah.
But they got the next one of Long Halloween. The I think it's like the 4th or whatever. But the technical first issue comes out on Wednesday. But the prologue was good. I read it. It was like 50-something pages or 40-something pages. Yeah. If you don't know, by the way, if you don't know the Long Halloween, you should. It's one of the best Batman comics of all time. And they did 3. So each one was like 12 issues or something like that. And the first one, you could watch the animated. They did it part 1, part 2, but it covers it pretty well. And the Batman was really DC basically put out like a couple recommendations of what to read based on the movie, and there were a couple ones that not the comics were bad, but like there were really only 2 comics of the ones they recommended that I would say captured the Batman, and it was The Long Halloween, which 100% you should read. It's one of the best Batman comics of all time. And it's a murder mystery, basically. Anyway, the story of the Batman was all pretty much from The Long Halloween. But there was another book they recommended called Batman, Ego, and Other Tales. And there was this one story called Ego, and then there was a couple like short stories, The Other Tales, in the back. But the story Ego was where they got like Batman's personality and vibe for the movie from. So when you combine the two, it was cool. Ego's cool. Like it's good to read, but it's nothing like it's not like special like The Long Halloween.
Yeah. So that exactly. That was how the scene went. She was like, so he can turn out to like use. He was like, so that he wouldn't. It was so fire. Obviously, outside of Wolverine and Cyclops, who do you guys consider to be a must in the first movie? Wolverine.
Yeah, bro. And by the way, to the people saying that X-23 should replace Wolverine, get out of here. You want to make some agenda, ridiculous content? Go sign up to make a Star Wars thing. I'm sure they'll love to have you. Like, she might have similar or the same powers or whatever, but the personality she brings to the table just isn't the same. Even if they're both stubborn, like it's just not the same thing.
Yeah, she's cool. Just leave her where she bro, keep her on the roster. She just doesn't have to replace Wolverine.
I'm not saying I don't like her as a character. I'm saying I don't want her to replace Wolverine.
Yeah, bro. She's bro. And bro, X-23 her own movie, no. Not her own movie, bro. Like she's not that interesting of a character, bro. Do you know what X-Men female should get their own movie? Storm should get her own film before freaking 23.
And by the way, what I also don't understand is how a lot of the people who are like want X-23 to replace Wolverine they don't read comics, so that's all based off of Logan. How many lines did she have in Logan? She barely said a word. Okay, so don't come and tell me about her personality.
And it was a kid actor, bro. She didn't really do much, bro.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to tell you guys. Gotta love Jerry. Oh, that's my wife.
Oh
yeah. Oh, bro, but you know why? Because she be hearing you snapping from the room.
Great.
Gambit. Think this would lead into Gambit getting a solo film? No, bro. No.
Oh, they do not need to do that.
And I like that Gambit, but no. All right, I think Dragon Trainer is trolling us, bro. He's trolling. He's trolling us, bro. He's trolling. Yeah, he's trolling us, bro. I know you're trying to get a reaction. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this right now. Storm will be in the first movie of the rebooted X-Men. Don't see exact, bro. Storm is one of the she is one of the dopest X-Men characters ever, bro. Like, why wouldn't you have Storm? Storm is freaking awesome. Facts, bro. And whoever Storm is, if you cast Damson Idris and make her marry him, bro. That's how you do it. Bridge both stories together. That'll be fire. So, all right. Last topic of the day. Jerry said this to me this afternoon. So, there's a new Batman game in the works, okay? I think it's Rocksteady, right, bro?
Yeah, and Sony's trying to get exclusive rights for it.
Yep. So Rocksteady is working on a Batman film. This is signs to them going back to their old ways, in the Arkham ways, it seems like. So, Jerry, how do you feel about that?
I'm pumped. This is so overdue. I love the Batman games, but the last one that came out, there is actually one coming out this year. I think I'm going to get Oculus Rift or something, or I might have to get that to play it. Yeah, but it's nice to know that a console one is coming, because obviously everyone wants to play it on PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X or whatever. But I'm pumped. Listen, the stories in these games are amazing. The gameplay, the open world, the side missions. I mean, Arkham Knight is one of the greatest games of all time. It's going to be interesting with getting a Rocksteady Batman game not voiced by Kevin Conroy. But I'm sure they'll find someone good. But, Kevin Conroy is the definitive Batman voice. When I read Batman comics, I read Batman's lines in Kevin Conroy's voice. Like, he is just the guy.
Yep. Jensen Ackles hasn't done a bad job of doing the Batman voice. So I would love for him to be Batman in those. He hasn't done a bad job at all. I can never understand how there are people online who are saying not another Batman game. Tell me you're not a Batman fan. So I think that is because Gotham Knights was such a disappointment to fans. I don't necessarily think that's because they're not Batman fans, because you gotta understand, bro. They were building up Gotham Knights to be like Arkham, but with Robin and Nightwing, and we got like not that at all. And look, I don't think Gotham Knights is a bad game, but it's just not what they promised. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I think that anger comes from, So, but hey, you never know, man. If Rocksteady is on it, they're about to cook. So I'm pretty excited about that. So, all right, guys, we are going to end. We are going to end here. Just want to say to you guys, we are obviously going to be covering Agatha and the Penguin, putting out breakdowns and all of that jazz. So keep up with that. And with any crazy news that comes out this week, we will be recording a special video for you guys, because we love to hop on news when it's super big and when it's going on. So please like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. Subscribe to Spectrum Cuts, where we talk all things action and fantasy. And we'll see you guys next week. Peace out.
Peace.